we're back again with another one. This one gonna hit hard, I promise. This is a very important video. I think about this shit all the time. This is stuff that I literally preach every single time. I don't care who you are. Like, it don't matter who it is. I'm always talking about stuff like this, right? So this is the importance of health and wealth in your life. So if you literally can just, I want you to just take the time out to just use your brain for a second, right? Just use your brain for a second. So just think about how important health and wealth is. So if you really look at these things, we need money for everything. And you can't spend money if you're not healthy. And then you don't want to get to a point where you have a bunch of money and then you have to use all of the money that you make and then you have to spend it back on your health, right? So we're trying to avoid this. How do you avoid this? You avoid this by paying attention to it from like an early age, right? So I see people all the time that say certain stuff like, "Oh man, like I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to exercise because I'm so busy. I'm busy with my job. I'm busy with all this shit," right? So it's like, if you have time to make money, why don't you have time to like take care of yourself? Just think about that part. Because even if you have a bunch of money, you are going to end up spending it back on yourself, just like here. And we don't want this. We do not want to live our life like this. We want to live our life where we can enjoy the wealth as long as possible. Because when you finally make a bunch of money doing whatever you're doing, whatever business you're doing, whatever job you're in, it don't matter. Once you make a bunch of money in this field, you don't want to be the guy who's spending all that money back on your health. So you just want to make it like a clear chance, right? So people use all of them 20s, stuff like that, make a bunch of money, and then they use their 30s as well and make a bunch of money, and then they just end up spending it back on the health situation. You don't want that. We want to stop that. We are trying to get rid of stuff like that, right? We want to have both. So we want to get to a certain age where we are having both these things, okay? So when you get to your 30s and 40s, going to 50s, you want to make sure that both these things align. These both things should make sense at that age. So it's the small things you can do to compound how this works. So a lot of people all the time, they use all their time and energy and just focus on like chasing money, right? You chase money and then you end up just using it back on your health. So we don't want chase money our whole life. We don't want to do that. We're trying to do stuff like we're eating healthy. We're watching what we're eating. We're watching what we're putting in our bodies. And then we're just taking as much time as possible to like exercise, like actually go to the gym, actually like you can go on walks, you can just do certain things. And even if you like you don't at the point where you have any gym close by you or anything like that, like you literally can just use the time, bro, and just go on a walk, exercise, wake up in the morning, do jumping jacks, do stuff like that. Because it's not an excuse to have time to go to a job or have time to run your business or whatever the fuck you do, and then you're going to tell me that you don't have time to like work out or like take care of your body. You don't want that, bro. You don't want that, because you don't want to get to these ages and then you're spending all of the fucking money you make back on your health. You don't want that shit, dog. You want to make sure that both these things align. Both these things are going up, where your health and your wealth are matching. They need to match. So just the same effort you put into like going to your job or running your business or doing anything you're doing, you should put just the same effort in taking care of your health. And you cannot make it a situation where you stop work your job or whatever, your job too busy or all this shit, and then you're saying, "Oh, I don't have time for that." That won't serve you well, bro. That gonna be like the thing that actually make your life horrible. All right? So I don't know, like people overthink this health thing and people overthink all of this shit, but you don't really have to overthink it, because it's just as simple as You're watching the type of foods that you're eating. You're actually eating good food. Like this is just some chicken, and you're getting rid of the bullshit. So people always make it seem like, oh, once it's chicken and once it's something, it's healthy. It's not. It's really not, because I used to grow up eating a bunch of like stuff that my mom gave me and like chicken and all this shit, and it's just how you prepare it. So they're using a bunch of seed oils, they're using a bunch of like additive, a bunch of salts, all that stuff. And then when you actually get all that stuff, you could have a perfectly healthy chicken, but then them just kill it with a bunch of seasoning and shit like that. Now it become unhealthy. I know you're gonna end up having things like high blood pressure, hypertension, all this shit, bro. You always see like your grandma have this stuff. You always see like your older parents have this stuff. You don't have to have this stuff. You don't have to have hypertension. You don't have to have high blood pressure. You do not have to have that. You can mitigate these things from like your 20s. When you're in your 20s, these are the years. These are the years that like dictate how your life gonna be in your 30s. And I see people all the time, bro, all the time, where they get to these ages and them just look insanely fat, or them just look insanely unhealthy, or you just see them have a bunch of acne on them face and stuff like that. Just remember, your body is a reflection of how you treat it, right? Your body's a reflection of how you treat it. So if your body's a reflection of how you treat it, and then I see you have a bunch of acne on your face, and then I see you have a bunch of like pimples, and you just look fuck up. Like you just don't want that, dog. Like you want to be able to like get to a point where your skin clear, where your skin has nothing crazy on it, where you can do jumping jacks, you can run from something. Like if a dog or chase you, you're supposed to be able to run from that because you're healthy, right? You are a healthy person. You do not want to just focus on money your whole life. And I'm not saying, bro, don't focus on money, because I focus on money a lot. But at the same time, I never focus on money more than how I focus on my health. I would never do that, because what is a life where you have a bunch of money, but then you're just unhealthy? You can't even use it. You can't even enjoy the actual money. So just imagine you use all of your 20s and just make a bunch of money, and then you get to like these ages and you just can't do shit. I hate that. I would never do that. And this is why I always say like, all right, so some stories, I can tell you this right now. So I always see, like, you ever notice like it's always like the fat guys, big fat guys, they always have a bunch of money. And those are the guys that's just willing to spend on girls. They're willing to buy girls, whatever. They're willing to like just go the extra mile for girls, right? Because they're trying to make up for it with money. They're making up for their unhealthiness with money. They're trying to do that shit. But that's not going to help, because the bitch is still going to cheat with somebody who look like this. Even if I'm poor. Even if I'm poor, bro, like guaranteed, like the girl, you could have all the money in the world. If you are an unhealthy looking person where you're looking super fat and stuff like that, I can guarantee you will be cheated on with somebody who has their health in place. Same with like a girl. If you're talking to a guy and you totally unhealthy, you just look fat, you look crazy, he's gonna cheat on you with like a girl who look like bad as fuck, bro. Like believe me, because she's going to the gym, she's taking care of herself, and she might not be as good of a wife as you or whatever, but I can tell you this right now, that if you don't keep up with that shit, it's just gonna leave you. It's just gonna leave you to a point where even if you're doing everything for this guy, like you're the best wife ever, once you're not taking care of yourself, he's gonna want to experience other shit. So you definitely need to do that. You can't lack in these areas. Same thing with a guy. Like if you're talking to a girl and you look fuck up, but you're spending on her and you're making all this, you're trying to make up for it with all of your like bullshit, where you're spending, you're buying her all this shit. It don't matter how much shit you buy her, bro. She's not gonna be yours if you don't look the part. You understand? So you definitely want to have that in consideration. But that's just not even the main thing. The main thing is to just be able to like do stuff. You're supposed to be able to can protect your woman. Like you're supposed to be able to like just be strong enough to can do stuff. You can bring things up the stairs. You can help with groceries. You can go on runs with your girl. You can do stuff like that. That's just the most amazing thing you can ever do. And if you don't realize what I'm saying, bro, life gonna teach you. All right. So you don't have to focus on the shit I'm saying. Like life is going to show you that for yourself. Right. So you don't have to be a girl cheating on you. It could literally just be like you just not healthy enough to do shit. You understand? So you want to come over here as well. These are the type of foods, and it don't have to be this exact stuff. This is just the food that I could find. This is just the type of shit that I could find for like stock photos for what like a healthy diet actually look like, right? And then you want to have these things. So salmon, avocados, grains, peanuts, a bunch of fruits, and like healthy salad. You just want to have your diet balanced in this way where you're having like a little bit of everything. Things you can stay away from, because a lot of people they think that this shit is healthy, bro. This shit is not. All right, burgers, fucking cupcakes, all this shit. It's not healthy. All right, so you probably can like think that it's because it's chicken in the burger that it's healthy. It's not. It's fucking processed chicken and a bunch of shit been in the lab, like chemically engineered just to taste good. These things aren't real food. Are not real food. Like look at this gummy worms. Like find me a gummy worm tree. If you can't find me a gummy worm tree, I stop this video right now. There's no trees that grow these things, bro. They are chemically engineered to taste good. That's literally how it's done, dog. All right. So just try to get to a point where both these things matter. You just try to get to a point, like try to have like a balance in your life where you're focusing on both these things. So if you can join a gym, join it. If you can just do exercise every morning, do it. And don't be like one of those guys who you're going to feel like you have to do the gym and then you have to like an hour, you have to go do like an hour, 2 hours in because you're taking it serious, all this shit. No, you're not, bro. You're not going to take it serious because after 3-4 weeks, you're going to stop and you're going to have some bullshit excuse why you had to stop. That's fuckery, all right? You want to make sure that you are consistent. Going to the gym is consistency. You do not want to go to the gym and stop. It should be a part of your life. It should be a part of your day. It should just be how you like. It's just what you do every single day, bro. So remember, nobody gonna tell you to do this shit. Ain't nobody gonna tell you that, oh, you need to do that or whatever, unless you have like a good girlfriend or a good wife or something will constantly remind you of how important this shit is. Right? So if you don't look at this stuff, bro, it gonna pass you and then you're gonna regret as soon as you get to these ages. So as soon as you get to these ages, your 30s, 40s, going into 50s, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I can't even feel my legs. Oh fuck, I'm in pain. Oh fuck, all these problems. Oh fuck, I have a hypertension. Oh fuck, I have this. I have diabetes. I have cancer. I have all this shit. Right? You just don't want to be in that position. You want to use your entire 20s and just try to prevent all of the shit that can go wrong. Not because you have like higher blood pressure and all this shit running your family. Not saying you have it, but just in case you do, doesn't mean you have to get it. You don't forget it. You can stop it. You can stop yourself from going down that road, bro. Right? So how you stop yourself from going down that road? You just stop yourself by like doing what it takes to just be as healthy as possible. I wish I had some charts here. I probably can put some on exercising, right? So exercise. I don't even know. Probably a fucking photo I would put here. Going on runs, very important, right? If you use your time right now, go on runs, do shit like that. I go on runs all the time. Lifting weights for a guy, definitely can do that as well. And it's just breathing, meditating, stretching your body, just making sure that like you're at optimal health, bro. Like you just want to make sure that you're just on point. But majority of health is not even just majority of health is not even these things. It's not even just staying active and stuff like that. Majority of health is just your inputs. It's just the things that you're inputting in your body. All right. So not because you pass Starbucks every day, don't mean you have to stop there. Not because you pass McDonald's every day, don't mean you have to stop there. Not because like all your friends them going out and they going out every Friday night, don't mean you can't go out still, bro. But you don't have to fucking get the shit them they getting. You don't have to get like what do you call it? You don't have to get the burgers and all this shit and French fries and all that shit, bro. Like if you want French fries, just make potatoes. That's what I do. If I feel like having French fries, I'll just go to the store. I'll buy potatoes and I'll just actually make the potatoes. I'll bake it. I won't just go buy fries somewhere, bro. Like you don't want to do that. And I'm not saying I'm perfect and like I don't like slack up certain times, but it's just how much of these things are you intaking, bro? Are you eating this every week? Are you eating this every day? Because that's the thing. Because if you don't like eat that shit every day, and don't believe me, bro, this shit will compound. Not because you don't see a difference now. You won't see a difference now. That's how these things work. You won't see the difference. You'll see the difference when you get to these ages. When you get to these ages, 30s, 40s, that's when you're gonna see the difference. So you can't eat all your fucker right now. You can't eat it. Eat it. Right? Just eat it. Don't listen to me. Just watch. But yeah, that's it for this video, bro. Like, I hope you guys can just understand. I try to keep it as simple as possible because this is just something that I feel like I should have shared with just people who follow this channel and people who like actually give a shit about this stuff, bro. And just remember, you can be on self-improvement and you don't have to be like weird about it, you know? Self-improvement, you don't have to be like this autistic guy who's just like gym, yeah, health. You don't have to be like that, bro. You can just be like a person who just normal. You just realize, oh shit, I'm gonna take care of my body. I'll go make sure I'm in like as best shape as possible for my significant other. I'll go make sure that I'm able to like manage myself, and then I'll go make sure that when I'm in my 50s or 40s, I'm not using all this fucking money to pay for prescriptions, pills, and that stuff. No, if you have a kid, you're supposed to be able to go play basketball with your kid. You're supposed to be able to like go on runs. You're supposed to be able to do all that shit. Like it's no excuse, bro. Like you're not supposed to like have an excuse when you get to these ages because you're like, oh, time's hard, or oh, like this and all that, but bullshit, right? Fuck that. So yes, I'm gonna keep this video very short. So I hope you guys like this video. This video, like, I don't know if I saw a video like this, I would love it. And if I saw a video like this when I was younger, this would just have like a lot of effects in my life, bro. So I hope this brings value to you guys. I'll see you in the next one.